Facebook. We broadcast live on YouTube as well, man. So let's make sure we get everybody connected. Let's get everybody connected. Come on in the house, y'all. Come on in here, man. We about to get this thing started. All right, I think we're good to go on that end. All right, we're going to hit broadcast. Boom. We're broadcasting live. Yeah, we're broadcasting live. Yes, sir. 313 to AZ is going to be here today, man, on CARTALKTV. He's about to join us here in the chat. I'm super excited, man, to tell his story, man, his journey with the Hellcat Charger. You know what I'm saying? Y'all love Mopars, right? We got one for you today, man. Where my Mopar people at, man? Make sure you guys are sharing our live out, man, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, man. Let everybody know, man. Jump on in there. Jump on in there with us. So as soon as he gets in the chat, Carsha Real, we got a good one today, man. Very compelling story, man. And I'm super excited, man, to have 313 to the AZ. Oh, I think he's in here, man. Yeah, man, we're going to talk Detroit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do all kind of stuff, man. We're gonna have fun. There we go. Waiting. Okay, they're gonna request, man. Here we go. Let's go, fellas. Let's go. You know I'm full of energy today.
What's up? What's good?
Hey, 313 to the AZ. What's good?
Hey, man, can't call it, man. Appreciate y'all having me on.
Yeah, man. It's a pleasure on our end also to have you on, man. We're always looking for quality individuals, man, that don't mind telling their story and don't mind being, you know, transparent and just having a good time on a Sunday, man.
On a Sunday, a Super Bowl Sunday, even better.
Now, you see, I was going to really knock that down because Super Bowl Sunday is a day where people occupy their time with the Super Bowl. So on that note, man, I appreciate you for joining the show on Super Bowl Sunday. And I appreciate everybody that's with us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, man. Yeah, man. So look, we're gonna go ahead and get started with a few questions, man. You know, we had a prior conversation, man, and you have a very compelling story. And my buddy co-host Carsha Real, man, he always has this world famous question that he always asks, man. What was your first car?
It's a good question, man. My first car, being from the Motor City, you probably could guess it's an old school, but not the oldest of old schools. It was a 1994 Bubble Caprice. Had a 4.3 V8 in there, man. It was on 22s, man. I remember it like it was yesterday, man. I was on top of the world with that thing. It was powder blue to top it off. It was powder blue.
Yes, sir. I love it.
Oh yeah. That was my first whip, man. I remember like it was yesterday for sure.
Yeah. So how long did you have that car, man? Like, what was that feeling to have a car like that? Did you even know what you had at the time, or you knew the whole time, hey, I'm out here doing something early in the game?
Yeah. So I mean, I probably didn't know what I had like I know now. You know, being like a car connoisseur to the max. You know, but at the time I did. My brother had a lot of old schools. You know, my older brother. So I was trying to follow in their footsteps. So I knew what I had, man. And if I didn't, you know, in Detroit, that reminds you, man. So yeah, that was my first whip, man, for sure.
Hey, and look, you just said Detroit, man. You know, I'm from the South, man. So, you know, most of my friends are you know, from the South as well, outside of the ones that I met in the military and through my different travels, man. So tell us about Detroit, man. Some of your upbringing in Detroit, what's that been like? Yeah,
so, you know, I was born and raised in Detroit, you know, until my 28th birthday, you know, which 2 years ago. I moved out to Arizona, but Detroit is amazing, dude. Probably not the first thing people would think I would say, but you know, growing up, you had your challenges, but them challenges, you know, is what you face in life right now. So we just got to them early, got them out the way, you know, and then after that, it's just about focusing, you know, your energy in the right spot. But growing up in Detroit, man, I would say the word is competitive, man. From the shoes, you know, shoe game, you know, back when I was younger, man, we had the Murray Alligators, you know, all those good things with the shoes to the cars, like we mentioned, you know, to everything, you know, you was competing. You know, and it brought the strong out of you. So I would say just Detroit in general, man. We compete to be better every day, man. No matter what you're doing, what your grind is, it's some hustlers out there in Detroit for sure. You get that motor.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And look, it's no secret, man. You know, I like a little bit of fashion and a little bit of shoes and stuff. You know, I got a little bit of drip on today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But what was one of your favorite shoes, man? Even today, man. I know you talk about shoe game and all that stuff. What I'm not gonna say if you could only have one shoe because I can't even answer that question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right now, what is that favorite shoe?
Oh, right now it's easy for me, man. I've been on my Yeezy kick, man. You know, they comfortable. You know, I'm a little reckless sometimes. I can't mess them up for real. And you know, I think that's the quality gym shoe right now, to be honest. But can't go wrong with the Jordans, of course. But I would say my favorite Yeezy right now, my favorite shoe right now is definitely a Yeezy for sure.
Okay, hey, I'm with that 1,000, man.
You got the Adidas off, so I'm sure you got a couple pair of them over there.
Well, I mean, you know, look, I don't want this interview to be about me, you know, saying my shoe collection and stuff, you know, but you know, it's safe to assume that, you know, we got a couple, 2, 3, you know what I'm saying?
There we go.
Hey, but look, I'm gonna show you a couple of pictures, man, and just give me your thoughts on the pictures. Hey, look, man, look, we didn't go through no FBI files, man. We didn't go.
There's some stuff out there, man. These days, everything on social media.
We got you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But look, check this one out right here, man. Tell us where are we at right here?
Man, that's a lot. But for people that just meeting me, that's my scat pack. That's my first like big boy Mopar. You know, I had a V6, but this was my car I bought when I entered my career, you know, in finance. But getting deeper, that wheel right there, that was the first introduction to a Nitto. And that was my first introduction to traction on these things. And that Nitto was a 275, and then I had 315s in the back. That was a 2019 F8 green Scat Pack Chally. It's called her name was Skitty Scat. I just got rid of it, a month ago.
Oh, wow. Skitty Scat. Yep. We got a reason for the name Skitty Scat?
Skitty Scat, just want to get loose, you know, just want to move, man. Skid and scat all over the road. That's why I called it that. You know, when you first get your Mopar, get some power, you know, you always don't know how to hook it, you know, so you go a little bit, but I learned how to drive like for real in that car.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, man, I believe the Demon comes with some sort of Nitto street and track performance tire.
Yeah, Nitto a quality tire, man. I mean, it's nothing like a good old Mickey, you know, drag. But like far as like street tires, like that's gonna last you. I mean, Nittos you can't go wrong, man. So that's the first mod that anybody should do. Honestly, with IndyCar, but for sure these Mopars, man, you got to put some good grip on there.
Yeah, because you know I hear people talk all the time, man. Horsepower. You know, we're gonna, you know, whether it's exhaust, whether it's you're modifying something under the hood. Transmission, that's all I hear people talk about. I don't hear people talk about, man, how you gonna make that thing hook, man? You got 900 horsepower.
It can sound good.
It sounds good, but in my mind, I'm thinking that, you know, I'm coming from the I'm a Chevy guy, Camaro guy, but more with the i8, the all-wheel drive type cars.
Yeah.
Hooking is not a problem with all-wheel drive cars. So
yeah.
I hear people talk these horsepower numbers. I just don't hear the tire talk, man. So it was good to hear you even have the mindset to even think tires.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's that Michigan mentality. Them icy roads, man. You got to make sure you grip right. But in general, man, them tires where it's at for sure.
Oh, most definitely, man. I'm gonna show you some more pictures, man. So let me see what the FBI files got. Let me see what FBI files got. I like this one right here. It's a picture/video, man.
Oh yeah, you hitting some memories right now. This is my first burnout in the wide body. In the wide body Charger, that's the first burnout. I ain't doing nothing reckless at Walmart, yo. I know y'all probably thinking like, this man, wow, you know. But it is Walmart, but it's a abandoned Walmart. And at AZ, we had a retirement of a famous building out here, and they let us come out and do our thing. So that was my entrance, you know, the smoke show entrance.
So that's your first burnout?
First burnout. Car don't even look the same like that no more. So it's definitely my first burnout. I remember that's my first guy hit me up too, like, hey man, like, you know, I got this picture for you and sent it to me. So shout out to him for sure.
Hey, first burnout, man. And speaking of first, speaking of first, you know, it was reported. I heard through the grapevine that I'm just telling you what I heard. I heard you say that you were the owner of the very first wide body 2020 Charger Hellcat. Am I mistaken?
That is true, man. That is true. And here's what I'll do, because I'm a fair guy. It wasn't the first wide body, but I was the first consumer, because it was 5 out there when I put my order in. Right, 5 out there when I put my order in. Put that in early March, maybe late April. and excuse me, early April. No, actually it was March. I put it in March and got it in April. And dude, when I put the hashtag Hellcat widebody, Instagram ain't know what that was, you know. So end of the day, like, I welcome it. You know, I got the stamp for it, but I was out here with the widebody. It was my dream car, man. The moment I saw it out there, I was like, that's it. I always wanted a Hellcat. You know, I didn't want a Hellcat Charger widebody because I didn't know about it. But when the time was right for me to get this Hellcat, that thing was calling my name, man, and number one was on me. I went through a broker. It wasn't even available in AZ.
Hey, no, that's tough, man. Somebody was asking what part of Detroit, man.
So I'm from East 7 Mile. You're actually from Detroit, so you probably know.
All right, East
So
7
I grew up
Mile.
on the east side of Detroit between 7 to 8 Mile.
Okay. Like I said, the
That
Detroit,
way, if they from that way.
so they already know what it is if they from the D.
Yeah, man. You know, it is what it is out there, man. But yeah, that's where I learned my lessons.
Hey, that's what it is, man. Now let's take a look at this beauty right here, man. This is a beautiful car, man. It's what went into this particular design setup. What made you go with the diffuser, splitters, the striping? Tell us about that.
That's a good question, man. So pretty much, like, we'll start with just the biggest probably thing y'all notice is that stripe. And that stripe was me saying, like, to myself, this is my car, right? Like, I don't have nothing against rap, y'all, at all. I promise y'all. I'm gonna rap this thing. But I painted it. I painted it because I wanted to put my real stamp on it and say, like, what's underneath it is mine. And you're not gonna find that stripe anywhere unless it's from me, because I wanted to incorporate that new thicker stripe, the thicker red stripe, with the traditional dual stripe of Mopar, which is the new and the old to me, and the wide body is the new and the old. It's the new beginning of muscle cars, you know. So it's the new era of muscle cars. So I want to put a little history in that, being from Detroit. And then the color choice, you know, granted, I wanted it just because I feel like it's, you know, it's a color, but it's neutral, you know. So you stand out, but you can still blend in if you want to. So that's why I chose the granite. That was the stock color of the car. But the stripes, you know, you got to have the bloody guts in there. And the stripes are the demonic red, the same color as the interior. So, you know, I don't know if you can see it on this picture, but the wheels that color and all the red badge and everything. So that was like the introduction. That was the introduction to the new wide body.
That thing is clean, man. I love the concept of this picture, man, with the sun going down, you know, dusk, you know. It's just everything you would want to capture in like a mean car, you know, by just not having any words, just looking at it. This picture really catches it, man. So you got somebody that does your photography, or do you work with several people in the area?
Good question, man. So that's exactly it. Like I have, well, my thing is this, like with me, you know, YouTube, I do my thing. Instagram, I got a couple followers, you know, a couple family members in there, but end of the day, like, I'm trying to build. And I know it's a lot of photographers out there, especially in the AZ area, a lot of scenic stuff, you know, and they trying to build. So I just use different photographers, you know, here and there, depending upon, you know, if they reach out or I reach out. So if you're in the AZ area, hit me up, man. You know, I know y'all trying to grow. I'm trying to grow. Might as well do some great work together, man. So I use a few different ones. Yeah,
no doubt, man. And you were talking about earlier, you know, being from Detroit, man, and how y'all, you know, compete, and, you know, whether it's shoes, whether it's cars, whatever, man. And I think it's really dope what I, you know, learned about you as far as your collegiate background playing Division I football, man. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So like you said, you compete in different things, like I mentioned in Detroit. You know, the obvious stuff, you know, sports, you know, school, you know, whatever it is, man. Like, you know, you want to be top at. And my first sport really wasn't football. I didn't play football until like 8th grade, weird enough. But I hooped. You know, I hooped. I played baseball. I was always the fastest out there. And I remember hooping at tryouts at Cass Tech for my Detroit people. And the coach was like, football coach was like, man, you got to fast. You don't need to be on that court, you know. And I thought I was, you know, the man that hooped. But I was short, you know. So I was a realist. So I was like, all right, you know, let me try this football thing out. And day one, it was a natural thing, man, natural thing. And you know, from I remember like 10th grade, dude, like my first like camp. Like I didn't know what this was. I just knew about the draft, and they told me it's like the draft. So I went in there, ran the fastest 40 time in the country that year, All-American camp. You know, after that, man, it was upside. You know, I got a scholarship to a couple places. Ended up taking my talents to Michigan, the University of Michigan, for the brand. You know, that's everything we try to build right now. Michigan built that brand, that Block M. So wanted to go there for, you know, obviously football, the big house, 120,000 people, you know, biggest fan base in America, in the world, you know. And
Yeah.
and then obviously the education, that was always big to me, man. You know, so end of the day, you know, I played football there, played under Coach Rodriguez, played running back, played a little bit of corner. And then the thing that everybody don't think about happened. I got hurt. You know, I was second year, sophomore year. I remember it was Illinois, Michigan game. You know, score was like, bro, double overtime. I ain't making this up, bro. Double overtime, man. Kickoff return. Boom, got hit. Knee messed up, land on the field, like, damn. Like, I just you know when you hurt. You ever been hurt? Like, you know when you hurt.
Yeah.
And I ain't never been hurt. That was my first injury, but I knew I was hurt.
I
got up, still walked it off, you know, but I just knew it. Yeah, I dropped out, hit the helmet pad. And later on got the news that I tore like an MCL, ACL, some other stuff, AKA you pretty much done, right? So
yeah.
So with anybody who loves something, you know, you go through your roller coasters. I'm like, dang, it's over. But then, like I talked about, man, that feeling came back. It wasn't necessarily football, you know. It was that competition, and it's weird how it came back. But I graduated from school, and then I started sales. And like, what's the best way to compete to make money? Commission sales. So fell in love with that. You know, I wasn't cracking heads and running away from people and all that, but you know, I was, end of the day, you know, I was still like have the chance to be number one, you know.
Yeah, hey, we got a salute from Rosemary Lane and 8 Mile. What's up?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's my guy too, Lurkin, 392.
Yes, sir. And I want to give a salute, man, to a lot of folk that I see jumping in the chat, man. I see the real New York City jumped in here. Got my buddy Game Changer, man. He's from Michigan. He loves Big Blue. Game Changer. And he's a Mopar guy as well, man. He has a scat. Jade's mom is in here. See somebody named Linko Christie, DeLon the Realtor. Of course, the co-host Carshall Rail is in here. Motorzilla Rich. J Amal 205, the Golden Jewel. Paint That Drip. I like that name.
Oh yeah, that name fire for sure.
Yeah, Paint That Drip, man. I like that. Lurkin 392. Okay, several people are in here, man, and that's super dope, man, for you to get into sales after that. So how did that go? I know you said you were a competitor, man.
Yeah.
You know, how did that work out for you in the sales? And what were you selling again?
So day one, like first job sales out of college, bro, I was selling high-end shoes. Not any shoes, women's shoes. And like, it all sounds good, you know, you get to be around women and stuff, but like feet ain't always the prettiest thing. We'll leave it at that. But it went, you gotta do what you gotta do, man, you know, but it went well, man, because, you know, I always looked at myself as a good communicator, you know, rather if it was, you know, whatever it was, I felt like I could hold a conversation and that's all I did up front. I didn't know a lot about like the sales, like science and art of it. I was just talking to people, giving them my honest opinion on it, you know, cracking some jokes here and there, telling them a little bit about my story.
You was giving like, honest opinion. You was giving honest opinions to women about their feet, or just honest opinions?
No. You got everything was great. You know, that word got to be stuck in your brain. That's great. That's a good looking shoe. You know, or but notice you don't say good looking foot. You say good looking shoe.
The shoe is you tell
the wordplay. That's the biggest thing it sells is the wordplay. You can't you know, like that's a lot. You can lie if you want, but like that ain't me. So I had to twist it a little bit. That's a good looking shoe, man. So with that, you know, you get into digging. You know, hey, what do you do? Like, you know, and then you find out that, you know, husbands, boyfriends, you know, gave them a card. And once you get the card, you know, same thing as followers on Instagram. You build with them, you hit them up, you let them know you got new stuff in, and you build not only a customer, but, you know, a client, and the client's long term. So that's what I learned from slinging shoes 9 to 5, man. But it was good. It was good. It just wasn't what I wanted. You know, it was a lot more to what it was, but it happened for a reason, man, because I don't think I ever would have been in sales without that gig.
Yeah. So it sounds like you took the experiences, education, world experience, time at Michigan, rolled that over into sales, did really, really good with that, being a honest shoe salesman, shoe person. So on that same trajectory, where has that taken you now?
Good question, man.
As far as career-wise.
Yeah, so like, I don't know if you see this behind me. It wasn't intentional, but like I really believe like the things you drop and plant and go through and just experience throughout life, you know, you never know what is growing behind. You know, you never know what is gonna grow later. You know, and all these little things, bro, from you know, being from Detroit to being a football player at Michigan, to being a Q, to being every single little thing that I am. You know, like it came full circle when one of my frat brothers hit me up like, hey, you know, my job's hiring. You know, I thought about you. You get entry level sales. Try it out. And that job was a mortgage banker. You know, at Quicken Loans. With mortgage banking, like it's the same thing. What I knew, you know, commission sales, but it's not. It's a lot of numbers, finance, all that. So it was a good challenge. So it took me there, man. It took me to a career that's gotten me to Hellcat. It's gotten me a beautiful family. It's gotten me, you know, my beautiful house. It's gotten me from Detroit to AZ. So that's where it's taking me, man. It's taking me to a new challenge for sure.
Yeah, and you say you were in the finance world, man. And with Quicken Loans, what's two things that you would tell somebody, man? I have no experience on buying a house. What would you tell that young person? They're 20 years old,
20
still
years
in
old.
college.
That's a good age.
Yeah.
That's a great age,
What
man.
would you
I would
tell
tell
them?
you this. It matters if you pay your bills. That's it. That's all. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. It does matter. It does matter. Even if it's $1 or $2, like don't sink the ship early. That's the biggest thing. But if you do, it's not too late. But that's the first easiest thing you can do, because people don't know that you don't need perfect credit for a house, but you need a 580 credit score. And that's at like the big banks. Little banks, you can go get another house. But like if you have like a 580 credit score, you can get a legit house financed. And like that's what I tell people. People say, how you get this house and that? Dude, you just got to do the right things, like period, with your money. You know, like if you don't want to pay for it, don't finance it. Pay for it in cash, big fella. You know, like whatever it is. But that's the number one thing I'll tell you is make the little payments, dude. Like that stuff is going to stop you from getting the house that you want. Little stuff. Biggest thing I'll tell you as far as buying a house is be patient. You know, I had the opportunity to buy houses, been in banking, you know, for years. And I bought my first house 2 years ago because I was patient. You know, I was going to buy a house in Detroit the year I left Detroit, and I didn't. You know, I thought about it. I paused, and shit happens for a reason. You know, I got a different house in Arizona, you know. So I'll tell people to be patient, you know, not saying don't buy a house, but watch the house, watch the area, and do your research. So do your research and pay your bills, man. I'm the two biggest things.
Hey, man, that's big, man. And I love to hear people that get to a certain place and they don't mind sharing critical information that's going to help somebody else. And you mentioned that you could have bought in Detroit and you ended up buying in Arizona. What brought you to Arizona?
So I'll tell you this, I'm still gonna buy in Detroit, 100%. I'll just talk about that because I mean you gotta go back home and water the grass a little bit, you know. But the biggest thing, you know, why I left Detroit is just opportunity, man. Like I'm a very like guy. I'm a guy that needs to keep moving. Like I can't stay still, you know. I'll be all right, but the moment I'm in the same environment for a long time, you know, I overthink stuff. You know, I get comfortable. Like that's not me. So I always want to change my scenery. You know, I always want to challenge myself. And shit, I think AZ probably the farthest place I can move from Michigan. Like I'm really thinking about somewhere else further you can move from Michigan. And you know, me, my son, he was 2 months at the time. My wife, we were like, look, like we got a job out there. We can transfer. Like we can always go back. That was the whole thing we said. We can always go back. But we was going to take a chance, man. You know, we was going to pioneer something for my son and, you know, for the family. And it's great out here. You know, it's great in Detroit. It's great, you know, Florida, everywhere else y'all are. But AZ, for me, it's perfect, man. From the weather to just the feel of the atmosphere. You know, it challenged you, too. Like, seeing Lambos and $1 million houses built into the mountains. You know, I need one of them, too.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And man, it's really dope what you did. You took that big leap to leave Detroit. I'm sure there was apprehensions, some fear. Tell the folk, man, how you got over those fears or apprehensions to actually make that move. It sounds good to say, yeah, I'm leaving everything that I know to go to somewhere that's unknown. But how did you deal with that adversity, that fear, or that mental anguish to make that leap?
So hopping on that plane, man, like saying goodbye, not goodbye, I never like that. Saying, you know, peace to see y'all later to fam, like it ain't nothing gonna numb that feeling, you know. But like with the feeling you want to numb is being prepared. Like if you prepare, like that other feeling, like most emotions come from, to me, uncertainty. If you uncertain about something, you're gonna feel a lot of ways about it. But if you plan for it, You know, I got the first day I said I was moving was 5 years before I moved. I said, hey, I'm moving to Arizona. I had no idea why I said that. And then I visited one time, 2 years later. But that whole time I was planning. I was saying, all right, I'm going to do this amount of years here at the job. I'm going to save this amount of money. I'm going to do some research here. And, you know, plan. I end up planning the right stuff, save the right money. And that feeling, I'm telling y'all, it's always going to be there. You're never going to be like, I am ready to make a big decision. Like, nobody do that. You know, nobody are like, hey, like, let's do it. I got a big decision. No problem. Everybody overthink it, but planning. Planning was the biggest thing I did.
No doubt, man. Now, I was just asking you, how did you overcome those things, man? And what gave you the courage to do those things? I'm trying to figure out right here. I'm about to show you a video, man. What gave you the courage to do this? I'm confused.
Yeah, y'all got it open up in this show, boy. I got to tell the truth about this video too.
Yeah, let me put it back on me, 'cause I got to look in your eyes on this one right here. I got to look you in the eyes on this one right here. Now, so at the time, the photographer. So at the time with this one, I was going. So I go through my things here and there. Like I told y'all, man. Like sports, like I really did that. Like fast wise, like I still argue with people that I beat them in a race, and I beat most people. Real talk. Like so, I was really determined about that. And the way I feel about it still, I was like, dude, I ain't worked out in a while. I haven't ran like full speed in a while, and like, can I still do it? And then you know, you get my wife, you get C2, who was a photographer at the time. You get people saying like, nah, man, like you a little heavy, you know. And I'm like, heavy, and I know what my plan was. I'm only 25, 30 pounds over what I played at, which is heavy, but like whatever. So I'm like, all right. So I think of this video. I'm like, hey, I am going to race my Hellcat because I was the fastest, right, in my time, and this is the fastest car of this time. So I'm gonna race it, and like it was all good, you know. I didn't beat this car. You know, I beat the car off the line. You know, it took some time for it to catch traction like we talked about. So in my mind, I beat it at one point in time. It ain't about always the end results, about the little things in the middle. So that video full of like pearls and gems, man. Like Wow.
You just gotta put it in perspective with that one, dude. And then at the end of that video, just watch the video. I won't even tell y'all, man. Watch the end of that video.
Man, look, I got that. I think that was like the 15-second version of it, but
let them go watch it. It's an alternate ending.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So look, we got some Mustang folk in here, man. How you think you would do against the Mustang?
So again, I'm a realist dude. Like it's always a faster car out there, but 9 times out of 10, not gonna happen. And if it do happen, it definitely won't happen in the next few months because. One thing I take pride in, I told y'all, man, is I don't cap, man. Like that's not me. Honest shoe salesman. I try my best not to cap. Not to say I'll, hype myself up, whatever. But far as saying I'm gonna do something, like 99.9% I'm gonna do it unless something physically stops me, right? And I'm gonna have the first 1,000 horsepower wide body. I'm gonna have it. It's coming sooner than a lot of people think. So I'm gonna have that, and then that Mustang, any Mustang you got, like it wouldn't even do the trick. But right now, bring that Mustang. It's still a get it.
Hey, we really tap dancing on some ice out here because the Mustang folk in here, they blaming me. They talking about look what I didn't start. I didn't start nothing.
Hey man, listen, dude. Like I'm from Detroit. I love all American cars, but it's a reason why I bought that kitty out there, man. So that's it, dude. Like that's it. Like I could have bought a Mustang. I've seen Mustangs like spin. You want to talk about spin? Them things are ice skaters, ballerinas, man. But I will tell you again, I do like all cars, man. But
yeah,
as far as being competitive, that car not gonna line up and do no damage against these cats out here, man.
Yeah. I love this kind of talk, man. I love Fords versus Mopar. Man, you can't. Nobody's ever gonna back down. That's what I love when I hear guys go back and forth, man. My Hellcat would beat your 5.0 or my 5.0.
It may do it. But I'm a race you every time I see you until I beat you. That's just how I roll. That's just you may catch me slipping, but we gonna race every single time. So get prepared.
Nah, man, I love that, man, and I think that's a fun thing that you can do with these cars, man. Not just look at them and say, oh, that's a beautiful car. And some people are into the aesthetics and they're not racing. They're just looking at car shows, trying to win trophies. Have you ever been down that road of not really looking at performance, but just say, hey, I'm on a car show scene. I want to win some trophies at these car meets. Has that ever been your lane?
Yeah, so with car shows, like I'm a different. So if you look at my channel, I like being on the other side of the list to like get y'all the experience of it. So a lot of times, like I'm in the moments at the car shows, man. So I've never entered a car show. I haven't, but I've had, you know, compliments, of course. You know, I've had people say I should enter it, but you know, man, I don't need an award, you know, for that. You know, I rather get people, you know, out there, and I'm always trying to capture people's cars and get people out there at the show. So I have not entered it, but you're making me think I should.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, you know, the car is a beautiful looking car. It has again those unique stripes that at least I hadn't seen somebody else have, the thin stripe and the wide stripe. That might be something that you could put out there. Now, there's something else I do want to talk about. Tell me about this.
That's the tank, man. That is
Come
the
on.
tank. That's the tank, man. That's what the Scat Pack, that replaced the Scat Pack. But this is the tank, man. The world crazy these days, man. Crazy. And you got to be ready for whatever. I'm always ready for whatever. You know, when you're ready, you don't got to get ready. But the Hellcat is limited, you know, especially when you're out here in the desert. So I live like in a desert of Arizona. So, you know, you may have to hop off the road, climb a mountain, whatever it is, go through some water, you know. Whatever it is, that Rubicon, that 21 Rubicon is ready. That thing's ready. It's sitting on 37s. Got the lift on it, like ready to go.
Hold on.
I can jump that. Yeah, not rims, tires.
Oh, okay.
20s.
Oh, okay.
20s.
Okay,
but
I was about to say, bro,
nah.
you ain't ready for no off road in no 37s.
Nope. That's why it can fit them, but I wouldn't do it, man. I wouldn't do it. But no, that's the 313 tank for sure, man. That's the vehicle that I never thought I wanted. In fact, I thought it was super ugly when I first looked at it. But I saw someone do it the right way, and I was like, by the way, that thing just getting started, but we can argue that probably was the first Rubicon out here for 21. But
here you go.
Man.
Hey.
I don't want to be that guy out here claiming all this stuff. So 2021 Rubicon, baby.
I see you got your YouTube badges back there, your Instagram badges back there, man. Tell everybody where they can find you. I know we can find you at _313 TOAZ.
Yep.
What's your YouTube channel?
So the YouTube, you can just type in 313 to AZ to pop right up, or you can type in the full name, which is The Journey from 313 to AZ. Makes sense, hence the 313 to AZ part. I have a few other little smaller channels that I'm trying to grow. The wide body gang in AZ is off the chain right now, man. We got about 7 like wide bodies out here right now in the same crews. Probably more out there, but those are the ones that we found. If you want to check those wide bodies out, that is _list cars on Instagram. You can type that in, that'll pop right up. And then if you want to like support the business, my wife sells candles, not just any candles, they got money in the middle. So if you're trying to grow some wealth, burn that candle down. It's anywhere from $100 to $100 in there. That's the _313 to AZ candles. That's pretty much it, man. On my two Instagrams and my business, and then you got the YouTube.
So you said _313 to AZ candles. Nope.
So the candles is just at 313 candles.
Oh, at 313 candles.
Yep. And then
right
the 313 to AZ is at _313 to AZ.
Gotcha. Okay, so you in the finance, you into these cars, you into the Jeeps now off road, just in case you got to escape with the tank. You got your hands on some of everything, man. I want to ask you about different influences, man. Who or what event or things in life influenced you to get into cars?
Good question, man. So I would say I loved bikes growing up, man. I never rode them or anything. I'm talking about young, like 10, 9, because my dad rode them. And then he got to accident. He's good, nothing crazy. But he just made me promise him, like, don't get a bike. So I was like, all right, I'll get a fast ass car. Like, it's all good. But just in Detroit, man, I'll come back to it. Like I said, you know, like when you're at the store, walking to the store, and you see a Cutlass Supreme, you know, a Monty SS, like that's your Lambo. Like that's our Lambos there. And like I always wanted one of those, you know, and like that got me into cars, just seeing those and knowing like he got to be doing something right. He driving that car, you know, like he's doing something right. And then just from that aspect to just seeing them to like having family, like to this day that's designed them literally, to work in assembly plants, to being union reps, like all over Dodge and Ford and all the plants down there, GM, like everybody in Detroit got a family member that works for a car, you know? So when I bought that car, I felt like I was giving back, you know, to the crib. So that's why I drive Mopar. Not these Mustang guys just think I want to be, you know, Mustangs, man. I do that too, but like I drive it because like in me. I would drive a Ford because of that. But for now, we're gonna stay Dodge, man.
All right, man. We might have to give you personal security after this one right here, man. Because you check your side mirrors and rear views, you see these. I'm just saying, after this interview goes out there, just be a little extra cautious, man. When you out in traffic, turn the music down.
They'll check out the channel and they'll see, man, I show mad love for Mustang. I show mad love for everything, man. But like, you can't come to a wide body 2020 or even 313, no matter what car I'm driving. I could be driving a Ford Focus. You can't tell me that you're gonna beat me. You just can't, man. That should be in everybody's mind, you know.
Yeah. No, I definitely can see that competitive nature, man. That clearly you've had in your basketball days, your football days, in your honest shoe salesman days, in your financial days, which you're in right now, man. And you don't have to tell us anything that you don't want to reveal. But what's next? What's out there next, man? What's one of your short-term goals?
Yeah, man. So, Ben, I love all cars, all of them. You know, I got into the car scene. Like, don't get me wrong. You know, I love my people. You know, I love what I do. But like, I didn't get in the car scene to like find fans. I really didn't. Like, I had a lot of those playing football. Michigan does, and it's not always the best, right? It's about like what you're doing for them. You know, like it's not about people knowing you. It's about like what you do for them. So like, my whole thing of getting into it was to create a platform. You know, like let people know who I am. Obviously, got a nice car. I love cars. You know, I had a big change in life going from, you know, Detroit to AZ. I got some things I'm sharing with y'all that I share on the channel. But at the end of the day, it's for me, it's to get, you know, the understanding of how I can open up, you know, a detail shop one day, you know, a track one day, you know, get my foot into the car business world where these people that supported me, you know, now I can provide, you know, some facilities for us to safely, man, that's another story, safely, you know, burn out, spend it, send it, like, you know, all that in a safe spot, you know. I think even in Detroit, I think, legalized a spot where you can spend that shit as long as you want to, man. You know, so I'm trying to do something like that. You know, that's my vision for like the car side of life. You know, business side of life. If you're not in the stock game right now, man, get in. You can blindly invest something, you know, and make money. You know, learn, do your research. You can't lose money. But I've been heavy into stocks. I've been learning that. And other than that, man, it's just, you know, the career. You can grind and make it happen. So I'm just gonna continue to keep my head down and keep delivering these videos for everybody.
Yeah, no, I think that's dope that you're, you know, sharing what I call a blueprint, because when people see the car at the stoplight or they see the car at the track, they want to know, how can I get that car? And a lot of times people never know what each individual car owner has done to get there. So I just want to say, you know, thank you for sharing a few diamonds and a few gold nuggets, man, on your journey on how you've gotten this far. But, you know, I see you got your YouTube shirt on right now.
Oh, yeah, I got the YouTube boy on.
Yeah. Okay, self-promotion is always important, man. But look, I'm going to show you something, man. I see you, look. I see you clean up. I see you clean up a little bit. Huh? We found
I wear a
the
few
FBI
different hats,
found
man.
it.
A few different hats I got, man. A few different hats. That's the I can help you save some money and put some money in the right spot. Look, man, that's I mean business. That's me. That's me for sure. That's what I strive to be every day, you know. But wearing different hats, you know, it's good to be versatile. So that's a good picture, though. I can't lie, man. That's what I'm proud of.
Yeah,
I'll take good pictures, man.
Nah, no doubt. And I showed that for a reason, man, because a lot of times the way of the messenger looks can sometimes disrupt the message. So if I meet you with your hat on, you know, maybe you're scruffy in the beard and you got a t-shirt, you just finished working out and running or something like that, and then you're like, hey man, you got to get into these stocks, man. This is how you buy a house. You got to pay your bills on time. Some people get disrupted by the message. Messenger, how the messenger looks.
Yep.
Now, on the flip side of it, there are people that would meet you in your suit and tie and feel intimidated by the suit and tie. Like, I'm not gonna ask him a question, you know, he's out of my league. Um, in life, how do you handle the working class, the friends or family that, you know, are living different lifestyles, sometimes on different sides of the law? How do you balance your relationships with all those different type of people, man?
Man, that's a real question, bro. That's a real question, for real, man. You lose a lot of friends, you gain a lot of friends. Like success, it could be crazy, man. Like financial success for sure is crazy. Like fame, crazy. Like any way you go and find success is crazy, man. But I would say, like, I always try to be myself. You know, I may talk a little different, you know, when I'm talking money or finance or talking with a client, but end of the day, like the message is the same. Like I talk to my clients the same way I real talk to them. Like, hey, like right now I'm offering you to save money because you can't do this. You know, just like I tell my boy, like, dude, like, don't buy that. Like, save money, bro. Like, it's just a matter of how you say it. But also it's a matter of doing what we're doing, man. People's gotta get a good feel from you. You know, it's called the eye test, actually. That's what I call it, man. Like, you never know who watching. Like, I don't know if y'all like me, but like I'm always scoping. Before I walk in the store, like I already know who probably gonna come to me because I already looked at them, I already know what's going on. People do the same thing. So like when you just gotta do, you know, what you're supposed to be doing at a high level when people aren't watching. You know, if you do that, you know, be genuine and, you know, be what's the word I'm looking for? You know, be fluid is the perfect word. Be fluid in the situations there, man. You could shake hands with anybody and close that gap. You know, anybody, trust me. You know, my job is I talk to people that make 5K a year, dude, to people that make millions, and you can shake hands to everybody, dude, because it's about fitting in, being fluid. You know, you got something in common with somebody, no matter how they look, what they do, how much money they make, something.
Yeah. So what I get from what you just said, man, there's a lot of confidence in what you just said, and it's way bigger than, you know, putting the suit on. You know, that confidence, man. Where does that confidence come from?
That's a good question, man. Like failure, bro. Failure, dude. Like I failed, man. Like I thought I was going to the NFL. I failed there. You know, like I thought I was gonna be a millionaire by now. I failed there in my mind. You know, like it's a lot of failures you have, but you know, at the end of the day, that's what get there. You know, that's what get you there. That's where the confidence comes from. You know, like you know what failure feel like, so why are you scared of it? You know, that's what I look at it. Like, I'll shout out my guy Gato. He has it on his car. You know, you don't know how many W's you got until you take an L. Like, you know, like L's determine W. You know, you gotta try not to take one, but if you take an L, now you know that a W is coming next. You know, so it's just literally that's the biggest thing, man. Failure, dude. Like, embrace it.
Yes, and on that whole failure thing, man, I could imagine the thoughts that was going through your head playing for the University of Michigan, big time Division I football, and you land on that field, and then when you actually get the report, the extent of the damage to your knee, was that one of your lowest points? And if it was, what brought you out of that mind state?
But no doubt my lowest point, dude. Like, I mean, it's been some times, you know, where, you know, everybody gets sad or whatever, but like far as that, like, it wasn't even sad. It was like lost. Like, dang, like this was the ticket from my mama, ticket for this. Like, I'm going back to so much little stuff pop in your head because you're overthinking it. You know, you're not confident in the failure. You know, but what helped me get through it, man, is obviously loved ones, dude. Like, you got to chat that out. Like, and I'm no therapist. Like, I promise you, dude. Like, I got my problems. Everybody got them. But like, chat it out. And I don't mean like, hey, I'm feeling like this, Bob. You know, or John. Like, no, like, chat it out and just be like, hey, like, you know, football meant a lot to me. You got to say that. Once I get out there, you know, I feel like that was a lot easier. But what helped me is I started working out for a while, but I started back working out like I was in the game every day. You know, I found other stuff that filled that void. You know, the biggest thing is just literally understanding like that happened for a reason. Because what kept me really going is that because I've never been hurt, dude. I ain't never sprained an ankle. You know, I ain't never got, you know, stitch. You know, and my first injury is like that. And I was like, you know, not at the time, but later on, I'm like, you know, the next hit could have been fatal. You know, like whatever it is, that to that extreme, you know, or it could have been like, hey, like NFL may have not worked out, but here's your job and your career, you know. So it's just a matter of thinking on the other side of the failure.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you sharing that, man. Just to go from that low point to doing really great job with the shoe game, man. You know, getting into sales, you know what I'm saying, doing great there, and then getting into quick loans and finance and and your family, you know, you have a family now, obviously. Do you ever have times when you look in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm doing a little bit too much with the cars right now. I need to, you know, pull myself back. Or is there a person that's got to say, you're doing too much with them cars there, 313?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you not, dude. Like I wasn't capping. Like that payment's done for that performance enhancement, and nobody know about that, including my wife. So like, she may be jumping in here soon. Just don't let the request go through. But
Okay.
I'll tell you this, man. Like I put myself in a position where I put myself on a strict allowance for stuff like that. Like I can say that I don't spend money on nothing else for real, you know, but my cars, you know, because what else do I like more than my car? So it's just a matter of like having a set amount, putting it there, you know, having a plan. Like I bought this car, I'm not turning it in. This gonna be the car from Gone in 60 Seconds, where you take the tarp off of it, blow the dust off, throw your cane, and drop in that thing. This is my car, you know. So I'm always gonna be building it. Always spending money on it. I'm already like paint ain't cheap on that thing, dude. Like the splitters, the carbon fiber splitters, like I'm already in there, you know. So
Oh, I know. Oh, trust me. You
so
know, just
I'm sure, man. You know. Then I looked at your car and you got the door. So what's the man to do when there's stuff like that out there?
sit down somewhere.
But no, I like to say that I'm pretty responsible when it comes to that, man. But the thing about me, like I won't put anything on it. I need to make sure it's the right thing. So that's where my trouble get into it. That's where I get into it.
No, that's good stuff, man. And I'll just throw myself out there, man. You know, I'm a go-getter. I'm a grinder, man. I believe in putting that work in, and I believe in working while other folk are sleeping. You know, and I believe in, you know, making sacrifices to have the things that I want in life, man. And if you don't mind sharing, what are some sacrifices that you've had to make?
Man, I'm going through it right now, dude. Like I ain't been home in a year and a half, dude. Like I ain't seen my mom in a year and a half, my family a year and a half, dude, because of this COVID shit. You know, like I'm leaving. I'm like, hey, like cool. You know, rather if I live in Chicago, which is 4 hours away, or if I live in Arizona, which is a 4-hour flight away, I'm always one step away from my family. And like when this hit, you know, my son's so little, so I'm like, I can't travel with him. You know, like I can travel, like I can be careful. But like, at the end of the day, like my son, he not hopping on a plane right now. So I would say that was the biggest sacrifice, man. I look at myself as I call it that. I call it the Jones migration.
Oh,
Like
wow. Yeah.
I think I'm over here pioneering, you know, and I'm gonna bring them over here one day. So that was the biggest sacrifice, was leaving my family behind for sure, man. Because I'm definitely a big family guy, and my boys, my friends, like everything back home in Detroit. But we coming back, man. Y'all coming here one or the other. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, no doubt. And on that same line, man, I know we was talking about, you know, spending money on the car and everything like that. But you know, as a YouTuber, as a car enthusiast, you know, I know there are times where you may be spending a lot of time in the car. You know, do you ever struggle with that balance of how much time you're spending with the car and work versus family?
Man, yes. Like that's something that you got to be aware of. And early on, like, dude, I can't lie, I was in the lab all day, every day. Even if I wasn't doing nothing, I was in front of YouTube at the computer, you know. But one, like, I think your mind do need a break. I think the best ideas come when you rest it, you know. So like, you can't just stare at something. You can still be working, you know, but you can be present somewhere else, but still be working. You know, that's a skill right there. Learn that shit, and you working double time.
Say that again. I like that. You can be present.
Be
Say that
present
again.
here, but be working here, but present, you know, somewhere else.
Bro, and you know what? I think I find myself doing that all the time, man. Because growing up, I grew up poor, man, and you know we were limited to the things that we saw. The furthest place I went was the next town over, you
Yep.
know. But as I got older, and I realized that there was more out there, you know. Even though I'm here, let's say in North Carolina, especially with YouTube, man, I can travel the entire world. Every time that I've wanted to make a bad financial decision on buying a car, I would find myself watching POV videos of the car that I wanted on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it would actually scratch my itch and allow me
Yep.
not to make an impulsive buy. Now, you're a little bit younger than me, just a couple, 2-3 years younger than me. Has there ever been an impulse buy that you made, man, and you felt bad about it afterwards?
I mean, no, Nah, I make impulse buys, but I don't feel bad about it. And that's real talk. I was gonna say my Charger, not this one. I had a V6 Charger after my Caprice, and I think that was rushed. I think that was rushed because the moment I was approved, I was in it. I didn't look elsewhere, nothing, dude. And I was in there. And then I told you yesterday, my boy pull up back in 2014 with the all-wheel drive, Beats by Dre, RT Hemi. It was called an RT Plus. I don't think they make them no more. They don't have them. They ain't have Scat Packs or Hellcat. So that was the 500. That was the Scat Pack before Scat Packs had a badge on it. It's called an RT Plus.
Okay. So again, say that again, because I wasn't familiar with that.
It's called an RT Plus. Yep, look it up. I think 2014 or 2015. RT Plus. It had the Beats by Dre in it. So it had the all-wheel drive. No, I'm telling you, all Trackhawk RT pretty much, but a Charger. And he pulled up in this thing, man. It was granite, just like mine. And then we joke about it to this day. And, you know, you feel the type of way, man. But, you know, obviously, if anybody got it, I'm happy my man's got it, period. Like, that's how I go, you know. And that inspired my complete terror right to my Scat Pack. So I would say that was an impulse buy. I don't necessarily regret it because, I mean, I drove that car. Actually, my dad got that car. I gave it to my dad. Like, I drove that car like a Hellcat, boy. That was my Hellcat for sure. So if you out there in the V6, drive that thing, man. Drive it, dude. I'm telling you, it's the same, dude. Like, no matter what you in, it's your car, man. Love it.
Man, I'm with that 1,000%, man. It doesn't matter what kind of car you have. If you love that car, you love that car. Like, there are clearly Mopar Nation is out there. You know, they're gonna say Mopar no car. And, you know, you got your Ford guys out there. You got your Mustangs out there. But, I mean, I had the same respect for what we call, you know, racers, the Honda Civics. You know what I'm saying? That they got hooked up and, you know, was that VTEC? I think they got a lot of VTEC stuff with the Hondas and stuff, man. And then you got your Nissan guys. You know, your 350, 370Zs, man. I'm with all that. I'm on some Fast and Furious. Like, if you got it, I like it, man. Are there, outside of Mopar, are there any other car cultures or particular car, you know, vibes that you probably would rock with? That's
why I love AZ so much, dude. Like, literally, like, you pull up to a car meet. Not like a planned one, just, hey, like, let's meet up at the spot. Like, bro, you got mid-engine vets. You got all the Mopars, of course. You got the Jeep gang pulling up. You got the Lambos pulling up. You got, you know, the Meros pulling up. Like, AZ is super diverse when it comes to cars, dude. Like, I was just on a cruise this morning with a guy with the I can't remember what it was. It's an Acura though. Like, a super car. Yeah, it was on Mopar, and he was there. I dropped the video. I'm dropping the video tomorrow. Like, so no matter what you pull up in, dude, GTRs are huge out here, and them things are fast, bro.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, so like, it's a lot of cars out here, man. The Teslas are big out here. Like, you never know what you get on a daily drive through AZ, man, and it's partly because it ain't nothing but straightaways and ride up and freeway out here, you know, through the mountains. Like, that's all it is. So people get cars that go. But I would tell you that I've been heavy on the Jeep community, and it's Mopar. You know, a lot of people may or may not know that, but they probably love their cars more than we do with the Charger and Challenger Mopars of the world. Because Jeeps, man, like, you can lose more money in a Jeep than you can in any other, like, Scat Pack Hellcat, dude. You can take everything off of a Jeep. You can get new doors. You can get new tires. You can get, bro, like, Jeep heads are Jeep heads, bro. So I would say that's the field I've been in right now. Has been driving a Jeep around.
Yeah, it's Dodge. I mean,
it's Dodge for sure. Yeah. Crash it out.
You know what's funny to me, man, and you know, I'm not officially a Dodge Mopar guy. I don't own one yet, man. It's like I hear people, they claim the Jeep. You know, they claim the Viper. I mean, it's Mopar, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Dodge.
I never hear anybody claim the Dodge Neon. Why is that?
See, that's wrong, bro. Like, before that, so I got a so you didn't show it, but I got a Grand Cherokee Limited X. It got a Hemi in it. It's a Grand Cherokee. It's like right under the SRT. Look like SRT got the hood, scoops, everything. And I mean, it's not really a use right now. So I was like, I'm gonna, you know, get rid of this and look into building something, just a recreational car, you know. And SRT 4 Neons, you can't go wrong, bro. That'll put the beating on a lot of these things. So, like, put it this way. A Neon and a Dart supposed to have replaced each other, but a Dart's not the same. You know what I mean? So, like, a Dart's not the same. So I think that's where Neons were lost, is when they stopped making them. But, like, far as, like, if I see one now, like, it's some Neons out there that'll put the beating on a lot of cars, man. So I love my Neons, dude. Like, them the cars you don't change the outside of it. You just keep it looking like a racer, and you just do everything in the internals, and you kick ass for sure.
Yeah, man. That's just always been like a burning question in my mind, man. It's like, is that the stepchild that we don't accept, you know, or what is it? And I mean, again, I know you don't see a lot of them on the road.
Yeah.
So maybe some of the guys don't even realize.
Yeah, that they was fast.
I don't think they even realize that car exists that can go that fast. You know what I'm saying? In the neon.
I'll tell you this: people will change their mind if they come out or when they come out with an SRT Dart. If you come out with an SRT Dart, people will start back loving the neons, loving that. But they got lost, man. Like the basic neon was just like most people's first car, you know. But like the SRT4 was a car that a lot of people didn't know about because it was ahead of its. You know, I think my mind's ahead of its time. You know, like SRT always been ahead of their time. But as far as that, like I don't think a lot of people have them. I think now if you find one, you probably gonna pay some good money for it.
Yeah, I just love those little jewels. Like, man, what about that neon? Y'all forgot all about neon. Everybody, you know, y'all forgot about them now. Don't forget about it. Now, we're not talking about the base model neon that my brother had. With $100 a month.
Yep.
We're not talking about that. So if you're thinking about that neon, throw that out. That's not what we're talking about here. We know that car won't about nothing. It had the roll up windows, and it probably had a 1.5 cylinder engine in there, if that.
Right. Right. But no, we talking about the little shooters, is what we used to call them. You just shoot to the store and real quick.
Yes, sir. That's it. That's it, man. Shoot, man. But look, I do want to say this, man. I really, on behalf of myself, Car Show Rail with Car Talk TV, man, we really appreciate you taking the time, man. And when I was going through different people that I really wanted to bring to the platform, I came across your page. And I really saw a good brother that looks like, you know, a good role model. And I felt like, you know, I don't know how many times your story's been told. I just felt like, man, I think people would love to hear your story. Man, yeah, we can talk about the cars. A lot of people got cars. A lot of people got cars. But what got you to the cars? What were those hurdles that you had to jump over, man? How many times did you fall down? And we appreciate you sharing and being transparent today, man. Except for that you was an honest shoe salesman. Everything outside of that, man, we appreciate you, brother, for coming on the show, man. And we want to just say thank you, man.
No, I appreciate it, man. I really do, man. Y'all doing some great stuff, man. Keep it up. I hope I can tell the right people watching it. They're getting good stuff from it. And I'm not only on this show, I'm a big fan myself, man. So keep killing the game. Hey,
no doubt, man. And one more time, man, just tell us those social media spots where people can find you.
Oh, yeah. So _313 the AZ will take you to everything you need. However, you can go check me out at _list_cars for all the wide body action at AZ. And then, of course, on the YouTube, go ahead and type in that 313 to AZ. That's always a good thing to do. And then when you're there, hit that like, subscribe, go ahead and leave me a comment, show some love. And we family right there. So that's all I got for the social medias, man. A couple little ones out there, but we're growing those still. We'll be all right.
No doubt, man. And again, man, I'm just glad to be able to talk to you in the early stages, man, because I was talking to Car Show Rail, man, and just where you are now in life, man, just how grounded you are and the drive and the determination that you have, man. We already know you're going to go and do great things at an early age. You're not going to have to wait until you turn 40 or 50, bro. I really see some great things happening for you in your immediate future, man, and we're excited, and I'm looking forward to bringing you back on to share those different milestones that you accomplished, man.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I really do. And anytime, just give me a buzz, man.
No doubt, man. So everybody, man, this has been a great Car Talk TV, man, on Super Bowl Sunday, man. I don't know who y'all got in the game, but look, my brother, 313. Who you got? Oh, who you got?
I mean, you can't deny Michigan, man. And listen, Brady's a Michigan man, so like you can't go against Brady. So it's about default. Like now, who I would want to see win is a different story than who's going to win. You know what I mean? Like
I think we're on the same page, man. I'm not gonna go there. We'll be a whole nother hour.
A whole nother hour. Then you talk about the Mustang people. I'll have some real people after me if we talk about that too much.
Yeah, I think the Mustang people, they'll just meet you on the track, you know what I'm saying? But these football fans, the football fans will meet you in the streets.
Oh yeah. It's like that.
It's like that, man. So look, on behalf of myself, man, the Baltimore legend Car Show Rail and Car Talk TV, man, we love you. We appreciate you, man. We'll see you next time.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace.